On January 27th, the Chancellor's Cabinet issued an eviction notice to Tenina Child Development Center, terminating their 36-year partnership. It's Greek Week here on campus, and our Greek organizations are competing to see who will win the coveted Greek Life Hammer. Due to an increase in violent crime, students are using these trails less these days.
Good evening, I'm Ammon Swenson.
And I'm Nicole Kruger. If you're looking forward to the results of the Nenana Ice Classic, you won't have to wait much longer. It looks like the ice will break up any day now. A black bear family roaming Anchorage's Government Hill neighborhood may be spared after Governor Walker placed a call on their behalf.
Good evening, I'm George Brandenburg.
And I'm Nicole Kruger. There's still 2 weeks before the Anchorage municipal election, but you don't have to wait to cast your vote.
I'm Ammon Swenson.
And I'm Nicole Kruger. Have a wonderful night.
Generally, taking good care of ourselves means being a well-rounded person and doing things that we just enjoy. I think it's something that in our culture we sort of sacrifice. It's one of the first things to go, the things that we enjoy. And that's not good for our mental health. It's not good to be sacrificing the things we enjoy. And so we really encourage students to connect with things that, help them feel like a whole, well-rounded, connected person.
I've always been a really crafty person. I sew, I knit, I crochet, I do all sorts of things. And I don't even remember where I got started with making jewelry. It's extremely good for your mental health to be able to come in, you've had a terrible day, you find yourself surrounded by all of these wonderful, supportive people, and you just get to work with your hands and make something that you can be proud of. And I think that's been really helpful to me throughout my struggles.
Music production is a huge aid as far as my mental health goes. Seeing my skills develop as a hard measure of how I'm doing. Every song is better than the last. That's encouraging. That makes me feel like I'm bettering myself as a person.
Hobbies are a really effective way to sort of focus your mind. I know that when people are experiencing anxiety and depression, sometimes they have more automatic thoughts that come to them, thoughts that they feel like they can't really control. And when we have a hobby or something that we're interested in, we can pay particular attention to it.
Alaska is a place like no other, a place that holds on to you and doesn't let go. We caught up with lifelong Alaskan Pete Weimer at the Anchorage Senior Center to find out why he makes Alaska his home.
My mother was born here in Anchorage, actually in a log cabin. That was before they had a hospital.
Pete grew up in Anchorage when it was still a small town and witnessed the explosion of activity that World War II brought to the state.
We had duck and cover drills in the grade school, third or fourth grade or something like that, anticipating that there could be a nuclear attack here in Anchorage because of the military bases.
Pete's experience with the military didn't end with duck and cover drills. In fact, Pete spent much of his adult life serving his country.
After I graduated from college up in Fairbanks, I actually had a 20-year career in the Army.
Pete served in Vietnam as an engineer.
The second tour I was an advisor at the engineer school for the Vietnamese engineer, and really got an appreciation for their troops, their officers.
Pete and his family lived all over the world, but there was only one place he wanted to retire.
There was never a doubt in my mind where I was going to retire, and I retired here, and I decided before I retired that what I wanted to do was teach.
He promised himself that he would only teach as long as it was fun, so he retired after 9 years.
Then I got to do a lot more hunting and fishing.
On December 11, 2014, the University of Alaska Board of Regents approved a system-wide smoke and tobacco-free policy. The new policy goes into effect on December 1, 2015. The policy bans use of tobacco products as well as electronic cigarettes on all University of Alaska campuses and properties.
I haven't heard anything about this, none whatsoever.
Given the history of the campus smoking policy, it is not surprising to hear this reaction. In April 2014, UAA students voted for a smoke-free campus. but the vote was close. Concerned that a yes and no vote didn't provide students with enough options, USUAA facilitated a student survey.
I think getting input from students is advisable. I don't know if they went through that process, but just to see how it affects students in daily lives. I think that's important, but I can appreciate the fact that since we do have kids on campus as well, that I think there are some benefits to it.
In November 2014, USUAA proposed a new policy establishing designated smoking areas and a smoking cessation program in accordance with student opinion.
I don't know what their plan is at the moment, but maybe make designated areas where people can smoke if need be.
No, I think having designated areas is good because people do need options.
Ending it, they should make an area for the smokers instead of disbanding it, because there's going to be a lot of people still smoking because of the stress of college and work all the time.
The new policy allows an adjustment period of 1 year so students, faculty, and staff can be informed and educated about the new policy. During the transition, the Student Health and Counseling Center plans to provide support for people struggling with nicotine addiction. With the implementation of the new policy, UAA will join Providence Alaska Medical Center and the Alaska Native Medical Center, along with the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium, in keeping the UMed district tobacco-free.